Couple of weeks ago, I was speaking with a group of executives down in Florida, and a gentleman brought a question. I was doing some what I call C-suite or executive suite consulting, and I like to do quite a bit of that. And one of the gentlemen says that he's transitioning in retirement. It was a little bit unsettling, a little bit more than he expected, right? And actually, I hear that quite a bit because if you spent your life making decisions, sitting with executives. In my case, I actually lived in China. I had the opportunity to sit with ambassadors, presidents. um, you sort of build an identity around that, and it's sort of the world you get used to. But the challenge is the traits that made you successful in business, controlling things, being very efficient, and always being on, doesn't necessarily serve you well at home during retirement. I think everybody sort of gets that. Your spouse doesn't need a CEO, guys. Your family doesn't need a strategist, and they simply need you. A healthy and happy you. And when those professional habits bleed into your personal life, though, especially in retirement, it can be quite create a distance within the family. Retirement isn't just stepping away from work, it really sort of is a shift in identity. It can be a shift in identity. It's learning to be present instead of being productive all the time. And I get that. And I think a lot of you listening to this do, hopefully. And honestly, these are the kinds of conversations I've been having more and more with the leadership teams and organizations because this transition means a lot to a lot of people sitting around in the C-suite. You've done so well, but now all of a sudden it's holy smokes, I'm going to be on my own here. What am I going to do? The good news is if you get it right, allow yourself to have two sets of boundaries of things that I had my professional work and my personal boundaries with my kids. And if you do get it right, retirement doesn't need to feel like a loss of your purpose. It feels like you're sort of finally coming home and spending time with your family. Okay.